So, since I've seen many people interested about this 12-volt compressor, I decided to make a video review about all you need to know and also provide instructions on how to use this effectively without cause problems. To avoid any bad things from happening, if you do have this or plan to get it, keep watching till the instructions where I will also show how to run this with computer power supplies and such, as well as good uses and bad uses, the pressure gauge and others. You will see these in several different colors like yellow, blue, black, etc. Branded or not, they all go for about like $5 to $10 shipped from eBay or locally. Basically, you only pay the cost of shipping. Some of them are rated at 250 psi and some even up to 300 psi, but inside it's the same exact thing and handles maximum 150 psi. I got this one for €5. Inside the box, if you get any, you will find a compressor with a 10 feet or 3 meters wire that has a lighter plug which I removed, and also some feeding adapters. The build quality of the hose and the plastic casing overall it's outstanding for its price. The shape of the casing resembles the shape of a compressor, where the cylindrical part will be a big 12-volt motor and the square the actual compression cylinder. Dismantling this, you will find out that it's the same design with smaller components. The motor is a regular 12-volt motor with a plastic step-down gear for extra torque, aka cylinder pressure, but less cubic feet per minute output. The cylinder is oil-free, displacing about 4 to 5 cubic centimeters per cycle. Now I will try to cover proper operation, duty cycle, the pressure gauge, the how to run this on either batteries or computer power supply, and how to use it on your projects. First of all, don't really operate this thing at over 150 psi. The torque needed to move the crank not only can grind the plastic gear on the gear reduction, but also the metallic spur. The continuous operation should be 3 minutes maximum on pressure of 100 to 150 psi and every 3 minutes for 5 times. You might get away with filling a car tire from flat to 30 psi, but keep an eye on how warm it feels to the touch and also if there's any smell. With no or with minor load, it can run for almost hours, depending on the quality of the input power. The motor is supposed to run for countless hours, but you never know with this. For using it on your projects, you can unscrew the pressure gauge and rip off the hose, then connect a pipe directly to the output. This way you can fill small cylinders like this on the tip. Keep in mind that the pressure gauge is not nearly as accurate as you would want. It will show you the difference between 30 and 40 psi, but if you look for something like 33 psi for a car tire, you will have bad time using this and you will need to use a separate pressure gauge. You can power this with battery power as well as with an ATX power supply. For input you will need something between 9 volts and 14.4 volts, capable of giving 5 amperes average. The no-load current is about 3.5 amperes. For battery power, I suggest that you use a minimum 2 to 5 amps 12-volt lead-acid battery. You can also use an 11.1 volt laptop battery that is at least 2 amps, but if it keeps setting off, it means that starting on working current flips the battery's internal breaker. 10 to 13 1.2 volt rechargeable cells can also be used in series. If you decide to use a computer power supply, pick one with at least 10 amps rating on the 12 volts rail. Do not connect the compressor with the power supply on. First connect, then fire up. If it shuts off, then use the second 12 volt rail, which will probably have a higher amp rating. If you experience any issue like noise, try to see if the gears are in good integrity. If not, try to fix them somehow. You can also seek a replacement part on places like eBay. If the motor smokes or smells or doesn't run smooth, remove the motor and power it on separately and turn it by hand to see if there is any resistance. In case the motor has failed, you can get a similar replacement motor for as low as $2 and put the spur gear there, but be sure that it will first fit. If the cylinder cranks turn with resistance, you can take off the cylinder head and check the condition of the piston. If it looks alright but still doesn't work, try to throw a drop of sewing machine oil or even olive oil in the small hole you will notice on the top. The conclusion is that if you need a cheap and really portable compressor to add a few PSI on car tires, bike tires, or a cheap compressor to fill small air tanks, these will work just fine. If you need these to fill inflatables, balls, flat tires, or even small air tanks, I assure you that you will do it faster and cheaper with a bicycle foot pump of the $5 quality. Unless you want to sit down, relax and see the job getting done automatically. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.